everyone, it's Catherine here from Inky Fingered Cat, and today is day 3 in my Advent card making series, and today the theme is lights. So I've chosen a stencil from Clarity Stamps and I'm currently inking it up onto some cardstock using a mixture of Distress Oxides in quite bright colours, although I know that what I'm about to do will stop them from being bright. So I've used Twisted Citron, Squeezed Lemonade, and now I'm using Seedless Preserves. And then I'm just going to see what else I can do, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of black soot just to some edges to get some of the wires in. But what I realise is that I'm not very happy with that. So I end up wiping it off, which I then think, oh, that might create quite a nice muted effect. And then this was the main idea, was just to get some colour down, and then I'm going to add some Nouveau Glimmer paste in Moonstone. So for those who've not seen the Glimmer paste before, it's like quite a thick, chunky texture paste that's really, really glittery. What's really important when using this is to wash your stencils and your tools straight away. So I'm going to pop this on pause. Oh, sorry, I will have popped this on pause, gone off, washed it, come back again. But I wasn't quite happy with the way that the colour had bled through when I'd wiped it with the baby wipe. I wasn't quite sure that I'd done a very good job of that. So I'm going to make a second card. So this time, to apply the colour, I'm going to use my Clarity stencil brushes. Put my teeth in. And I decided that I was going to do some sort of orangey reddy colours for this one. So the first one I used was Wild Honey, and I just used normal distress ink. And then I used Fired Brick. And then I think I brought in some spiced marmalade as well. Yep, I did. That was good memory. So I brought in the spiced marmalade and then just switched it all around, and then added the Nouveau Glimmer paste on top of that. Now what happens is that the Glimmer paste will actually pick up the colour of the ink, so you'll see that the ink that was all over the stencil is now being transferred into the Glimmer paste, so I can't wipe up the stuff that's on that spatula and use it for anything else, and I can't put it back into the tub to be used again, so I have to go off and dispose of all of that. So this is now then ready to dry, and oh, by the power of one I made earlier, this is actually the next day and they're all completely dry, and I'm deciding how to finish off the cards. So I decided that I wanted to use these Tim Holtz paper dolls, which I think are really cute, and then some die cuts to embellish and add some elements and cluster around the images. So I grabbed my swirly, I think they're just called swirly framelits or something along those lines, which are from Stampin' Up, and then these are the Tim Holtz ones that I'm probably slightly addicted to already. I do love them, and I know that I'm going to use them loads just to add embellishments. So I die cut them from white, and then I decided it needed something else behind it, so I used some book print and just die cut some circles, and that makes me happy. So it adds to that sort of vintage look. So I'm sticking this down with some matte medium, because I know that that'll create a nice firm bond, and it'll also be matte, it won't be shiny. I'm using that to do all of those, and then I use my high tack glue for gluing the little girl down. And then I'm going to stick her to one side to dry out a little bit. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. But this time I'm also going to do some die cuts using the book print. So that adds a little bit more texture and something a bit different. But I also want that white die cut in. Some die cuts come out really easily and some don't. This one took a little bit of fiddling with, but I got there eventually. So again, matte medium to stick down all of the die cuts. And I keep putting a little block on there just to help them adhere into place, especially when the book print's quite fine, so it does have a tendency to curl. And now adding on my 2 little figures. So now I need a sentiment for finishing these off. So I've chosen a Dovecraft one, I think it is, stamp set. I can't find my VersaFine, so I'm using Memento, which isn't the best because it doesn't dry quickly enough, and I do a little bit of smearing, but never mind. It's enough for it not to matter on the finished piece. So I just darkened that one up a little bit with my stencil brush just to make sure I'd got that colour going through, and this one I used the blending tool just to add a little bit of green to. Now I have to decide how I'm going to finish these off. So this one I think just needed a little bit of edging with the stencil brush. I've not added any more ink to these, they hold quite a lot of ink already. And this one I think needs some of the green, but I actually went quite heavy with it, and so I've got quite a lot of Twisted Citron as the border to that, which was just straight onto the card blank. And here's the finished pieces. Really happy with these. So these are my lights cards. And as you can see, loads of dimension going on. Love that Glimmer paste, it's so pretty. And love those little Tim Holtz dolls, they're so cute. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you do, please do give me a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, bye bye.